Hello singles, this is going to be your love energy reading for the week of October the 30th through November the 5th, 2017. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at the energy for this week for all singles, whether you're completely single, have nobody in mind, no love interests, or you have, you know, an interest in somebody, an admirer, or whatever. So let's take a look at the energy. Okay, so 6 cards, 7 cards, 7. Okay. Okay, first card we start off with is the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Wands. Kind of hard to see. The 9 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Empress. Okay. With the King of Pentacles, with the Ace, or the King of Pentacles, and then at the bottom, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so let's take a look here. So overall energy was the King of Pentacles. So overall, okay, for some of you, this could be you coming into your own, especially as earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, or Capricorns. If you have a Venus or moon in either earth signs, you may also feel like you've come into your own and you've mastered yourself, and almost to the point where you're feeling like you don't really need anyone. So whether you perceive that as a negative or positive thing, I feel like it's, in some way, I do feel like it's you being too independent. But at the same time, I feel like for some of you, this is an accomplishment of feeling like, you know what, I'm fine where I'm at. And it's not necessarily like you don't want anybody. It's the fact that you perceive that you don't need anybody. That's the positive in this, I feel. And even if you're not an earth sign, this could be you coming into that's in a grounded, like from a grounded perception or perspective of yourself, like where you're at in your singlehood, that you're fine where you're at. You're at a place of thankfulness or gratitude with the things and the people you already have in your life. And this is also coming into self-value and worth. Really, as the King of Pentacles, it's like shadow energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? There's also this counterpart energy as well between the two. They're both counterparts. So I feel like this represents both aspects of you and being in harmony within your feminine and masculine self. Whether you are male or female, those two energies blended within yourself. It's a sense of stability and self, I'm getting like independence, but not in a egotistical way. You know, this is a healthy self-esteem and dependence on yourself. And I feel like that's a positive energy to be in. For some of you, it could be the downside where there's this imbalance where it's like you've embraced too much of your masculinity to where it's like, you know, I don't need that second partner, or it could be for some of you that you're feeling like you're lacking this other counterpart for some of you, which could like register as being codependent. Okay, so what are you currently attracting? What you're currently attracting with the Wheel of Fortune is a major shift and change in your love life, I feel, is what you're attracting. The Wheel of Fortune, I believe it's ruled by Jupiter. So whoever, I think Pisces, it could be, I can't remember if Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. I know for sure that Sagittarius is. You could be attracting someone with those signs, But I'm getting like overall, this is a major shift and transformation in your love life. Positive things moving forward. And it's like spirits got you. Your guides got you. Okay. I saw this earlier in a reading that I did. There's like these animal totems that I feel like are also playing as guides to you. So anytime you see an animal that sticks out to you, there's a message behind it. Maybe you have your own interpretation of what that animal means to you, and there's a message that they're delivering to you. So it's something about transitions. Something is definitely shifting. It could be a turnaround. For a lot of you, I feel like this is a positive turnaround, like a long time coming. With the King of Pentacles, it's like you're like, I'm good where I'm at. I'm not overly obsessed with having somebody, and I'm good where I'm at. I feel comfortable within myself. I'm happy. I'm grateful for the people and the things that I already have in my life. You know, that type of attitude, it's shifting something for you, I feel. So what is it that needs to be healed or addressed? So you got the Six of Wands. So what needs to be healed or addressed is there's still that stench of needing validation or attention from the outside world, or suitors, or having admirers, or people that always having to have somebody with you or feeding you attention. You're overcoming all of that already. I feel like you've already come to that point where you recognize whether you're done with that energy, or you're recognizing that this is something that has blocked you before or is still blocking you. You've come into that not only the awareness, but you've come into the space of, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel it, but I can't explain it. Acceptance, self-acceptance that this is something that you once did or needed or wanted, and seeing that this is something that you need to heal and release about yourself, or it's something you're coming to an awareness and acceptance that this is something that is still blocking you. So I feel like it could go either way for you. With the Six of Wands, like I said, I feel like this is you seeking that validation, and it couldn't, it doesn't have to just be through, your peers, but love partners or potential partners. It's like, honestly, like women, I don't know about men, I can't speak for them, but I do know that most women, like if we go out somewhere, what's in our top of our head is, yeah, we want to have fun and we want to get out, but what's on the top of our mind is like, who we're going to see, like what man is going to see us, or like who's going to be attracted to me, who am I going to get numbers, or that type of thing. Like that's in the back of your head, and you can't deny that. A lot of the time, like, that is in the back of your head. Yeah, sometimes as women, we dress up for each other, like like it's a competition. We're constantly in competition with each other, whether we realize it or not. And it's kind of, society's programming and whatnot. But that's a whole other story. But as far as this is also society programming, that we have to seek validation from another man. For men, it goes the same way, I believe, too. Like, in some ways, some men seek validation. I got to have a nice car. I got to have money. I got to look like this or that, and I got to talk this way, and I got to get in shape, and we do all of this for each other to seek validation, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, but I feel like now it's like the main focus is, how do I look to myself? Like, how do I feel about myself? Do I feel good in this? Do I feel like I look good for me? Like, I want to do this to my hair because this is what I want. And a lot of women, like, this is coming up. I'm thinking about cutting my hair again. Like really, really cutting it. And one of the things in my head was like, what is everybody gonna think? Not just like romantic partnership, like what is like potential suitors or whatever, people that I'm attracted to are gonna think, but it was also like my family, like what are they gonna say? Like, I've cut my hair before, but not to this extent that I'm thinking about doing it. And I thought about that, like my family, they're gonna talk about me, my daughter's probably gonna make fun of me. And I thought about, like, even, like, YouTube, like, me presenting myself, like, I thought about those things, I'm going to be honest. And that is a problem. It's like, well, if you want to do it, why don't you do it? And that's one of the things that I feel, struggle with as people, not just men or women, but just people in general. What are people going to think if I decide to do this, or be this, or go this way, or, whatever. And we hold ourselves back. We seek this validation. I've been sitting on this one card for I don't know how many minutes. I'm going to move on, I promise. But I feel like that's something that this is a blockage. This validation energy needs to be cleared. As far as what needs to be embraced is the Ten of Swords. And I know that sounds funny, but you need to embrace your fears. When you run from your fears, the more they're going to, like, fester. The more they're going to eat at you, or eat away at you, or present themselves like stronger and stronger. They're going to get louder. So it's like, embrace the fears and confront them head on so that they don't, escalate or evolve into the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like, you're done. You let these things get the best of you. These thoughts and these fears and these worries get the best of you. So embrace those and really look at, like, take a look at, and it comes with this self-acceptance. A part of, like, you have to accept your shadow side as well. The shadow side is a part of you as well. We can't deny that we have a dark side, whether you want to perceive it as good or bad, evil, whatever. We all have these things about ourselves that we don't necessarily like. We're not, comfortable with sharing with other people. And these are the things we have to come to embrace them. And embracing them doesn't mean like owning up to them and keeping them and feeding them, but more so embracing, like, yeah, that's a part of me. I take ownership for that. And I know this is something that I need to face and I need to deal with and heal. With the suggested approach, you have the Five of Wands. So your approach is definitely this fighter energy. I feel like you're in competition with yourself. It's not really anybody else. There's so many different aspects that we carry of ourselves, whether it's our inner childhood wounds, whether it's our fears, whether it's our good side, our confidence level, our desires, our goals. We have so many different things within us that every day we fight within ourselves. This is internal battles, and it could be for you fighting against the things that are not of your highest good anymore within yourself, and it also could be fighting for those things that are of your highest good within you. So that's what Spirit is wanting you to do, to approach the situation. What needs to be slayed that's no longer good for us? And it's not, and this is the thing that I've learned, never to fight battles with anger or hate. Fight it with love. Even if it's something or someone that doesn't love us or we don't love it, we have to fight it with love and compassion, because it's there for a reason. It's there to help us and show us how we need to shift ourselves. Somebody might say something that triggers you that day, but they may have triggered something that you were avoiding seeing that you needed to purge. So it's all in love when you really look at it. With the Ace of Pentacles, this represents, do you have a secret admirer? And I feel like that's a yes, especially with the Ace. This could be potentially for some of you earth signs, because I keep seeing these pentacles and their counterparts. I get different meanings within the reading. It's weird. But with the Ace of Pentacles, I do feel like you do have an admirer, whether they're secret or not. It's someone definitely around you that obviously knows of you, and possibly you know of them. This is someone in your physical, like, they're in your surroundings, I feel. Yeah, I'll move on. So the conclusion is the Empress. So the conclusion is self-nurturing. That's what this energy is going to be about. And really feeling beautiful within yourself, male or female. Because Venus is all about love and beauty and comfort. It's that comforting energy. And I feel like it's being comfortable in your own skin and comfortable where you're at in life. Comfortable in your singlehood. And not looking at it as a death sentence. Because it's like, these things are temporary. That's what the Wheel of Fortune also teaches us. The flow of the universe. Everything is seasonal. It changes. It never is. Nothing in life is supposed to stay the same. And I feel like it's comfortability within this energy, within yourself, within your singlehood, whatever you want to call it. Finding the beauty within that and the beauty within yourself, and seeing yourself as beautiful outwardly, and that you don't have to seek it. Because you already know, like, she already knows she's, shit. Whether you're a man, this energy, you can take this goddess energy for yourself and apply it to nurture that aspect of you. A lot of times men skip out on the, nurturing their feminine side. That you need that nurturing every now and then for yourself, that love, and pamper yourself to really pay attention to how you really feel. Like, what's going on inside of me? You can't just run on your masculine motor every day. That's imbalance. That's, abnormal, because we both have feminine and masculine principles within us. All right, so let's see what the advice, which is the flirting tip for you. So if you happen to come across somebody you're interested in, let's just say, or someone that you already are interested in, you're thinking about, you know, building up the courage, whatever your case is, what is the flirting tip, Divine Spirit, for us this week? Let's see. Okay, enough shuffling. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations. So the flirting tip, I feel like for you is kind of like you may be attracted to people that you wouldn't usually be attracted to. And Spirit's just telling you, like, when you flirt with these people, just kind of keep an open mind because they might shock you. They might not be what you are expecting them to be just based off of who they are. Also, you know, just allow people to surprise you, I feel. Also, like, surprise them because you might not be anything they're used to either. Sometimes that works in our favor. You know how they say opposites attract. So by putting yourself out there and trying something different, you'll be, I feel, pleasantly surprised, and vice versa for the other person. You can show them another side of yourself, I feel like what Spirit is saying. Is you have another side, and I feel like you're going to be embracing that even more, especially as you purge this need for attention or validation from others or from love partners. All of that's going to like subside, and it's going to be like this other aspect of you that maybe you don't really embrace or you have yet to tap into that you do. And I feel like that's going to be, for a lot of you, it's going to bring you, if not like relationships or starts of them or like dates or whatever or phone numbers, at least a friendship or at least just like a fun experience, you know, just a laugh or, you know, something that makes you feel good, I feel. So that is the message for you, you guys. I hope that this resonated and gives you a lot of insight and clarity and you found it helpful. As always, much love to you. Peace.